I was streaming.
Yes.
Oh God! Oh no! Okay.
Wow.
Oh boy!
I was hunting for your chat the whole time.
Yeah.
Because right now I've got this like chat is disabled for the stream thing on my screen right now.
Oh boy!
Wow.
Okay, yeah, it's a derp moment, but hopefully I'll get through it. Okay, here goes the real intro. Here we go. Here. Welcome back, everybody. This is Old Bob 10025 with the First Circuit. We had some technical difficulties. We had some clanners in our mechs, and so they were mucking up the gears and everything. So we have special guest Commander. Can't even say it now. Commander Lemmy, Team Red Shirt, and the HPG Uplink as special guests to go talk about this FedCom Civil War coming up, tech and the lore as well. So let's go to Team Red Shirt and go see what's going on with him. Just talk a little about about yourself. Oh, no problem.
we got there. We got there. It was a little rocky at the beginning, but we got there. Yeah. All right. So I'm Phenom from Team Red Shirt. I have a partner who's also my roommate who's not around because he works, and that's no fun at all. I've been a MechWarrior nerd or BattleTech nerd since as long as I can remember. I wouldn't even know where to start. We play MechWarrior, we play BattleTech, we play Arma. We play all those fun things, and if something comes up good, it ends up on the YouTube.
Oh, cool deal. And we'll go to HPG Uplink.
Hi, my name is Christian. I run the HPG Uplink, and I got into the BattleTech universe way back in the mid-90s when MechWarrior 2 came standard with my first PC, my IBM Aptiva, and I've been playing Mech 3, Mech Commander, and then Mech 4 a couple of years after it was released, actually, because I was busy with high school and stuff like that. And now I'm playing MWO and soon-to-be BattleTech, so pretty hyped about that.
Cool deal. Okay, and Commander Lemming, let's go with you.
Oh shoot. Okay. So I run another MechWarrior online channel. I make memes. I do stupid shit. If it's good, it goes on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
That about sums it up. It's short.
And I play MechWarrior Line and other games as well too. Fallout 4, a whole bunch of different stuff. I have a different channel. I basically do that kind of stuff, and been avid with the BattleTech community. I just love the game, like in general, pretty much. I just love it. It's awesome, great history and everything else. This is what we'll be talking about. And so, Team Red Shirt, let's start with you, and we're gonna get Hyperpulse Generator. Damn it, Hyperpulse Generator. Fuck, I gotta stop saying that. HPG Uplink. That's what it is, but who knows? Hyperpulse. Okay. HPG Uplink. Let's go talk with you as the coming of the FedCom Civil War. So I'll leave it up to you right there.
Okay, guys. So for everyone playing MWO currently, we are in the 3050-ish timeline. 3052 specifically with the Battle of Tukayid. So we're facing the invasion of the clans and Operation Revival. We're going to be moving into FedCom Civil War, and the events that link the clan invasion to the FedCom Civil War, I'm going to briefly outline. So first and foremost, we have the Battle of Tukayid in 3052, and that's basically we're going to be moving into FedCom Civil War. And the Inner Sphere throws a proxy battle for control of Terra itself, and the Comm Guards, led by Anastasius Foch, they fight a long, drawn-out... I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, I said bless you.
Gesundheit, yeah.
So he's the leader of the Comm Guards, and he plans a long, decentralized series of battles that will basically upend the technological superiority of the clans, and that's how the battle is fought. Basically, the clans get really cocky, and despite the fact that Ilkhan, at this point, Ulrich Kerensky, warns them not to take the Comm Guards lightly, they bid way lower than they should for the right to be the first to land on Tukayid, and as a result are horribly outgunned and outmanned because of arrogance. Basically what ends up happening is Clan Smoke Jaguars are first to land, they get destroyed. Clan Nova Cats second to land, they get destroyed. Steel Vipers third, destroyed. Diamond Sharks fourth, destroyed. Clan Ghost Bear is the first clan to draw a marginal victory, and then the Jade Falcons just through the actions of basically AD and Pride, inflict such horrible losses on the comm guards that it's technically a loss, but they call it a draw just because the heavy casualties that they managed to inflict. And the only clan that wins a clear, decisive victory is Wolf, and even they were kind of on the cusp of not doing so hot, because a lot of the pitched battles were only decided due to the actions of Natasha Kerensky's Wolf Spiders.
Oh yeah.
So the clans get raffle stomped because they're dumb as hell and underbid, and that leads to a 15-year truce where the clans cannot advance past the Tukayid line. And basically that leads into the Refusal War with Clan Jade Falcon attacking Clan Wolf, and that is the whole story arc of MechWarrior 2, if you guys remember that.
God, that was such a long time ago too.
Yeah.
God,
so after that, we have a Clan Smoke Jaguar MechWarrior called Trent. He's a very good pilot. He's a good tactician. He participated in the Battle of Tukayid, but he was thwarted in his military advancement multiple times by bullshit clan politics. He's also gravely injured at the Battle of Tukayid, and he begins to grow disillusioned with the clan's hypocrisy. And basically, the straw that breaks the back of his allegiance to Clan Smoke Jaguar is when a subordinate of his and his star slaughters an Inner Sphere family that came running out of their house. And he starts to question everything, because this is not what Alexander Kerensky founded the clans to be, which is basically civilian killers. That's why he left and the Exodus happened in the first place.
Yeah.
So he actually gets a bondsman through his battle in Tukayid, who happens to be a former ROM agent. And this bondsman kind of sees the way his political inclinations are going and helps him escape from Clan Smoke Jaguar in a staged battle, which makes it look like he died. And he ultimately gives the Exodus Road, which is the path that the Star League Defense Force initially took to get to the clan homeworlds, to the Inner Sphere. And that leads to Operation Bulldog.
Okay,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, that was Operation Bulldog and Serpent, right? Like that was a
Yeah,
of them? Okay.
yeah, that leads to Operation Bulldog and Task Force Serpent.
Okay.
I do want to say that the comm guard pilot that he took as a bondsman is the hero mech for the crab that just came out in
And the
MechWarrior
events
Online.
that-
Florentine.
That was it. Wow.
Carry on.
Thank you. Okay, so carrying on, Operation Bulldog is the attack on the Inner Sphere held portion of the Clan Smoke Jaguar holdings. Task Force Serpent uses the information that Trent provides via the Exodus Road to stage an attack directly on the Smoke Jaguar's home planet of Huntress, and that happens in 3059. So Bulldog is a stunning success, sweeps the clan completely off the Inner Sphere holdings, and Task Force Serpent comes within a hair of actually losing the battle for Huntress, but Operation Bulldog's reinforcements, or the survivors of that, make their way to Huntress 10 days after the commander of Task Force Serpent, Ariana Winston, is actually killed, and they actually help put the nail in the coffin of the clan. Now, having completely eradicated a clan, which is something that no Inner Sphere, well, the clans didn't even think the Inner Sphere was capable of that.
Well, I thought they were dogs, pretty much. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of was like a symbolic gesture that put them on equal footing, which led to them being able to initiate a trial of refusal over the whole clan invasion itself. And basically, there's another proxy battle held this time on the homeworld of the clan Stranamekti, and the clans lose. And from that point on, the clans can no longer invade the Inner Sphere.
Now that was all the that was the, not the Warden clans, but the
Crusader clans.
Yeah, Crusader clans.
Yes. The Warden clan saw this as a trial on the Crusader ideology itself, so they abstained and didn't partake in it at all.
Well, how about the like what other clan actually helped him out? Was that Clan Novacat?
Yeah, Clan Novacat during the trial of refusal actually switches sides, because Clan Novacat was very spiritual and mystic, and they always looked for signs from the greater universe for guidance on what they should be doing. And they, I think their cons had a vision of a serpent and something. Like, I'm sorry, I forget the specifics, but the point being that Clan Novacat sees the Star League Defense Force invading Stranamekti as the Star League Reborn. They think that in their eyes, Alexander Kerensky's vision's coming to bear fruit finally. The Star League is being reestablished, and so they join the side of the Star League Reborn on Strathamecti and actually fight against Clan Diamond Shark, or was it? No, Ice Hellion.
Yeah, Ice Hellion.
They actually fight against the Ice Hellions on Strathamecti, and the trial of refusal is 3060, and that pretty much brings us up to the start of the FedCom Civil War, which I think Team Redshirt will take over at this point.
Now,
so there's all. Go ahead, Bob.
In fact, what I was going to ask is, like, what was the initial catalyst to actually start the FedCom Civil War? And what do you guys think what it was?
I mean, there's a few opinions about it, but really it's Catherine Steiner Davian.
She was a moron, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know what we talked about it in our chat. I think I used the words hypocrisy and megalomania and a bunch of other stuff like that. Long story short, she was the second child of Hans and Melissa Davian. Melissa Steiner, Hans Davian, whatever. Her older brother Victor was the one who led Task Force Bulldog into the clan homeworlds.
Yeah.
And essentially won the clan war. He had immense support from all of the military that he worked with, everything. He came back after being gone for, I think it was 2 years, something on that big-ass trip.
Yeah, it's a long ways.
Yeah, and comes back, and she's taken over his realm completely. Both halves of it. She had been running the Lyran half of the realm for the last 5 or 6 years, I think, at that point. And she had, while he was gone, supplanted their other sister, because it's all one big royal family. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, she had supplanted their sister Yvonne and took over the whole FedCom.
It's funny, though, about the royal family type thing that you're talking about, is that, like, I was reading something about it, and you're sitting there, and it's like Katrina, Steiner, Victor, Davion. Basically, it's like all these different names. I'm like, oh, God. It's like it's so hard to get these people to remember their names, because they're both part of different types of realms of different names and everything. It's a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah, we haven't even got into the Capellans and the Curitas.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and one of the things to note through the Task Force Bulldog sort of thing, they went after Smoke Jaguar, which had taken a bunch of the Draconis Combine. And so Victor kind of became friends with the Curitans. It had been happening for a few years, but really, for the first time in 300 years, the leader of the Davians and the leader of the Curitans were on good terms. They weren't trying to kill each other. So he comes back expecting it to be pretty calm, realizes he's been supplanted, and says, you know what? Fine. I've had war for 5 years. Since at this point it's, what is it, 3062? He's been fighting in clans for 12 years. Right? It's his first big responsibility. He had just come of age when the clan war started.
Yeah.
So he goes, I'm going to be a farmer.
Sword supply type thing?
He stays back. Unfortunately, his sister is crazy. Extremely crazy. She is the definition of a dictator. If there is a leader of a planet, that is dissenting or not doing what she says in some way, even if it's a ridiculously vague order, so the guy can get himself in trouble, but she'll just cut, communications or food or any of the supplies that these planets need,
luxury
right down to the bare minimum to keep them in line, right?
Yeah.
So this fosters some pretty serious resentment throughout her realm. So coming up on, 3063, I believe, somewhere in there. I don't actually have the exact date when Arthur Steiner Davian is killed.
Now, was it like speculation that Catherine actually tried to kill her, or go kill him?
Oh yeah, well that's the thought. Now, when you read the books, I'm not actually sure if that's the case. It might have been just a wonderful coincidence that started it all, but I don't know. It looks to the world, to the inner sphere, like she had her brother killed, and that is enough for Victor to stand up and say, no, this can't happen. I can't let you do this to my realm, to my people, after everything we went through to keep them safe.
Oh, yeah.
Which is perfectly understandable. He then steps down from his position as the Presenter Marshal of the Comguard, where he had taken over from the man whose name I can't pronounce, but Christian nailed. So,
bless you,
Christian.
Anastasius Fust.
That's the one. Gesundheit. Anyway, where do we go from here? He fought for another 5 years, all the way through, planet to planet. They're looking to find. It wasn't a conventional war with front lines and stuff like that. It was militias on each planet fighting with regular units, or that sort of thing. As brother became, it was the ultimate in a civil war.
Oh yeah,
people who'd been serving beside each other for the whole length of the clan war are suddenly enemies.
Well, also too, like Catherine was actually having, like, instead of like a task force, like she'll actually send task force to capture a planet, which had no meaning whatsoever, because she was a moron, and plus she was telling like all the different leaders, of like your generals, go here, and bypassing them by telling the units to go different places, and generals were like, what the hell are you doing? Because they're not basically, like, they're just doing their own thing type thing, and it was a horrible mess that she actually made.
She tried to micromanage and not manage at the same time.
Exactly. Exactly.
Turned more people. If the Victor caught some flack while he was in charge before he went off, because he tried to start a war with the Free Worlds League by there's some whole thing going on there, but she did more to oppress the people of the Federated Commonwealth than I think had ever been done since the Star League fell.
Yep.
They accepted it, right?
Tim was saying that, like, when not fighting the clans, the Innisphere is like Game of Thrones, which is pretty much what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the evil clans on the outside, that's the cold guys.
So, if we rewind a little bit to right upon the moment that he heard about his brother's death, he made his speech to the Federated Commonwealth and declared his intention to dethrone his sister, and immediately jumped. He gathered all of his loyal forces on Mogirad. Man, that's a hard word to say.
A lot of planets are like that, though.
Names. Yeah, and jumped to Newtown Square, where he almost lost the whole damn thing. His dire Wolf got shot up. The only reason he survived was the Comguard. Some of the Comguard forces went rogue and followed him into the war. It was some of the guys that had gone to, I can't remember the name. Was it the 15th? It doesn't matter. They were the badasses of the Comguard.
Well, Comguard, like, in general, are actually really good because they have the best technology.
Yep, absolutely.
Best tech whatsoever.
All Star League era.
Well, like during the Battle of Tukid, they had excuse me. During the Battle of Tukid, they actually had a Star League a command post, which with a hologram with all different, like, they could see what's going on everywhere, like, on the planet, and that's what they actually had. And they
hadn't been seen in the Inner Sphere for 200 years.
Yeah, exactly. And they had like only 12 mechs protecting it, and they didn't want to have too much like advertisement, say attack here type thing. But yeah, Comguard, they got a lot of good tech.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's good. I'm just trying to, like I say, there's so much that went on. So much of it isn't even documented for the Civil War. It was just, there was probably, I'd say, half of the fights that happened in that war were never even talked about in lore.
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely.
It's just there. They're shooting the shit out of each other. So it doesn't necessarily go great for Victor. It isn't the resounding victory that Task Force Bulldog had, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Victory. Sorry. Okay.
You see what I did there. Anyway, we kind of carry on into 3064, 3065 as Katrina is doing her best to, or sorry, Catherine is doing her best to squash the rebellion, eliminate any evidence of her mishandling of the situation, of her killing her mother, and all that wonderful stuff that she did. You know, awesome family girl that she is.
Whoops.
Yeah. What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? It's a solid whoops there, Lemming.
Yeah, Lemming.
Anyway.
Oh no, I was like trying to like, oh whoops, killed her mom.
Oh,
Oopsies.
well, also too, they like
trying to like cover it up and make up for doing all that. Like,
yeah. Well, exactly.
oh,
yeah. I mean,
well, oops.
Yeah. There they actually, well, I know Steiner has pretty lenient laws on chopping off the heads of the royals, so right.
It's not uncommon.
Okay.
That's like Stalin coming out and just being like, sorry about the whole gulag thing. It was just an accident. Carry on that.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
Also, too, didn't the Periphery actually go ahead and tax some things, and like so did Lao, and everyone kind of took advantage of it, right? At
different points. Yeah, I was just going to come to that because shortly after 3064 or late 3064, I would say, Marth Pride, the Khan of the Jade Falcons, has decided she wants to continue the battle testing that they'd done a few times in raiding the Lyran Alliance and sending fresh mech warriors or fresh clan warriors up to go get the shit shot out of them, but to get better while they do it. Right, essentially training them to kill the Inner Sphere.
Yeah,
it's kind of smart.
No,
kind of smart.
I don't know where I read it though. Like, was the did Clan Wolf actually splinter during this war? Like
yes, as a result of the absorption war or refusal war between Jade Falcon and Clan Wolf. Ulrich Kerensky, right before he died, sent all of the Warden wolves with Felon Ward into the Inner Sphere. Basically sent them to a planet, said, beat the Falcons there. When you're done, don't come back. Go straight to the Inner Sphere and delete your jump data.
Okay.
He sent them to join the Inner Sphere and protect the Inner Sphere, do Kerensky's will from the inside rather from the outside rather from the inside.
Yeah,
that
true.
The Wardens had been trying to do.
Yeah, plus also they gave them all the scientists and everything else, and that's where the first Omnimex came from, or the
almost
Inner Sphere.
All the clan civilians.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, true, man, true. Yeah, a lot of different things happened during that war, and it's just sad though, because like I think it was read in the reports about it. They had like 100 million dead or something like that, and like just planets destroyed completely.
Oh yeah, brutal. But I mean, that's getting close to the remembering that the clans tend to practice this kind of restrained war, right, where they're limiting damage and they're limiting losses all the way through, but trying to get as much out of each warrior.
Yeah.
To see the Falcons and the Wolves go at each other that hard, to the point where both of them were relegated to essentially low-tier clans, until they absorbed and then split off, and we had the Jade Wolves, and it was a whole thing.
Jade Wolves, wow.
So there's a little story with that, actually, because this is a total aside, and we're rolling back a couple years, but when the Absorption War happened, when the final battle happened, Ulrich Kerensky went down to challenge Vander von Chistu, the leader or the Sakon of the Jade Falcons. Chistu cheated. He took the small laser out of the head of his executioner and put a tag in it, and had a lance of LRM mechs standing in the city and just melted Ulrich.
Oh God.
Yeah, brought the whole city block down on him, basically. Vlad Ward, who Ulrich had brought with him, who was kind of the heir apparent for the Crusader faction of the Clan Wolf, he was there as well. And Ulrich essentially took all the Crusaders with him on this fight, intending on getting as many Crusaders killed as possible. I mean, he wanted to thin the numbers of the Crusaders. Now, he never admitted that, but that was generally the thought.
No,
go ahead.
No, actually, go ahead, man. Sorry.
No, I'm just kind of.
Oh no, I'm just inputting like different things I read and all that kind of stuff, basically, and different lore that I like. Most of my lore is actually 3025 to 3052, and that's it. All this other stuff is like, yeah, okay, I'll read it and see what happens. But I was gonna ask, when does Natasha Kerensky die? Like, wasn't like during this war?
It's in that war. Yeah, she fights. Okay. I can't remember the name of the planet that they fight on, but she actually comes up against the Falcon Guards, who are, I mean, from my perspective, I was a Natasha Kerensky fan, and I missed that book when I was reading it.
Well,
so all of a sudden,
I read
that she died, and I was like, "What? No, that's not cool. She's too much of a badass to die."
Well, she runs into, though.
Yeah, exactly. Runs into Joanna, the former Falconer trainer of Adian Pride and Marth Pride and all the big heroes of the current heroes of the Jade Falcons, who is also getting up there in age, but is way too ornery to. It was at Twycross. Sorovan Zero just called it. It was the second battle at Twycross. Absolutely. Yeah, she's like 80. I know. She was the only blood-named warrior to come with the Wolf's Dragoons in the year 3000.
Yep.
Or whatever. Right? Like, yeah.
I think 3002 or something like that.
Yeah, whatever it was. Yes. Yeah. When they showed up and brought the Annihilator back to the Inner Sphere when it hadn't been there for 200 years and went, oops.
Which is coming back.
Oops.
It's coming back.
Yeah. Okay, so we kind of sidetracked a little bit.
Sorry.
But that's okay. It's good to explain stuff. It gives anyone who doesn't know the lore an idea of just how much there is, right? Either from the source books or the novels or whatever. There's just so much stuff in this universe. So 3064, the Jade Falcons are kind of getting themselves back to, fighting trim, call it. They're getting back into their weight class. So they decide they're going to go attack to take advantage of the Civil War to peel some of the planets that are above the Tukiad truce line, right? Because they weren't allowed to go past that line, but that left them some pretty solid territory if they wanted to, expand.
Well, yeah, especially Steiner and like Creed and everything, yeah.
Oh yeah. If they could get through the Ghost Bears, they would have done it. But so they decide to attack. There's a joint Davian and Steiner task force. Well, they actually send their own task forces out, and then the Steiner one gets obliterated, kind of. They're elementals. Oops. But again, that's a great book. Operation Audacity is probably the best book out of all the damn lore books.
I have to check out some of those books. Last book I read for the BattleTech series was Wolves at the Border, and it was actually pretty good.
So good.
Yeah,
that might be my actual favorite out of all of them. But anyway, getting sidetracked, as I do.
Okay, we'll do the tech. Do the tech in just a couple minutes. Okay.
Yeah, rolling over to the tech. We'll finish off the Falcons attack. They don't achieve their goals because the two task forces hold stuff off. They bop them, but I'm not going to get into that. It's a whole thing. While this is going on, we are ramping up for the final pushes on New Avalon and Tharkat, the capitals of Steiner, or of the Steiner side and the Davian side. They decide, they bring, I don't know if we need to get into the conclusion of the Civil War, but
just real quick, actually.
Yeah. They attack both capitals essentially simultaneously with a Steiner coalition led by Morgan Kell, the leader of the Kell Hounds and pilot of the Tempest, the Archer hero mech. I love that thing. At the same time, Victor attacks New Avalon. Catherine is captured.
Thank God.
And imprisoned, and everyone assumes that Victor is going to take over. Instead, he says, I have caused way too much aggression, way too much. Too many of the people believed Catherine. Too many, they would never follow me. It just wouldn't work. So he continues with he puts Yvonne Davian in charge of New Avalon, and steps back, abdicates for her, and does the same for Peter Steiner Davian in Starcat. Essentially putting the two not crazy Davians in charge of the former Federated Commonwealth states.
Not crazy.
And
ones.
there we are. He retires until, the Republic of the Sphere and that whole thing, and we're not getting into that.
Okay. Okay. So now we have like kind of like the FedCom Civil War as far as what led up to it, what happened. Crazy, Catherine basically become like a Mad Hatter nutter, and then the collusion of the FedCom Civil War. So basically, everyone knows now that it was clans versus clans. It was Intersphere versus Intersphere. Periphery taking advantage. Everyone taking advantage of just everything that's going on. So in essence, we actually guys play the game coming out, or the FedCom Civil War, the new tech and everything. Just know that there's a history behind everything of the FedCom Civil War. So now we're going to get into the tech part, and some thoughts about.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
Just a quick thing for all of you guys that play MWO that haven't been introduced to the series via any of the previous installments and don't know much about the history. I strongly encourage you to go to sarna.net and start reading up on it, because it is so rich. And also pick up the books. You can find a lot of them used at like half-price books and stuff. The novels that build the backstory for this universe are fantastic. The character development within the novels is in and of itself worth reading, even if you would never play a FPS MechWarrior game. Just reading the novels themselves, in my opinion, is fantastic. So for all of you guys that play MWO but have only played MWO, I would encourage you to get your feet wet into the greater BattleTech universe.
Yeah, there's so much to this. I mean, the history is just absolutely amazing. That there's so much to it, which I wish PGI would get into it. But there's so much to the history. It's absolutely amazing. And just like you say, you pick up the books at any used bookstore, even online on eBay. You buy them like a whole bushel of books. I mean, literally by the pound, pretty much. Yeah. For dirt cheap.
When I first got into the books, the very first BattleTech book I ever read, I wasn't that young, but I was a Star Wars nerd. I was reading all the Star Wars books. I found the Clan Invasion trilogy by Michael Stackpole. And so I read that, and it was like, wow, this is amazing. And they talk about all this stuff that happened in the past, and I thought it was just a good author develops a backstory for his characters. Well, fast forward a couple years, and I finally get my hands on the Warrior trilogy. And here I am reading about all the stuff that they talked about as history when it happens. And that moment for me was like, oh, wow, this universe is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, actually, Telma was saying, like, in the thing, even the cartoons are worth seeing, because actually they get into a lot of, like, when the clans first came, kind of get, like, a first person, like a first type thing. And so watch the cartoons. Watch the cartoons that are out there. You find them on YouTube.
It's such a huge franchise. I had no idea about it until I touched MechWarrior Online. And, like, I was expecting it to be like, one of those toy seller things, kind of like Gundam or something like that, where they just, like, make up a story so that they can sell merchandise.
Yeah.
But, like, I went to Sarna, and I'm like, oh, shit. Like, there's a lot of work that's gone into it, a lot of community that's been built on it, all kinds of shit. And there's, like, all these people that have been in it since the beginning and have their own little groups that, like, predate MechWarrior Online units, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
By far, absolutely no clue. I mean, it's almost as wide-reaching of a series as Dungeons and Dragons, but it doesn't have the same, like, frontal PR, so you never hear about it.
Oh, you said it. You said the word D&D. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for those who don't know, I mean, the original Dragonlance trilogy, the Dragons of Summer, or what is it, Autumn, Twilight, whatever it is, that was based on the test group that they played version 1 D&D with. So they're testing the rules, and that's where all those character names and everything came from.
Yeah, true.
Which is, I found really cool when I read that.
Okay, so now we're getting into the tech. Okay, everyone, tech. Everyone loves this tech stuff.
Tech.
So let's go with HPG uplink. Yes, I said it right now.
Nailed it.
I nailed it. Yes. Okay, so let's go with HPG like uplink. We're gonna go with you first. What do you think will be the best thing for the tech that is coming out, and why? And give like one or two examples of two different things.
The best thing with the new tech, it's hard to narrow down to one thing because really the way MWO's been going for a while now, I've said it before, I feel like they have a new person in charge of the balance, and the skill tree coupled with new tech, especially the new tech for the IS, gives pilots the ability to cater their mechs to their specific playstyle, which is what I find most intriguing because I've been playing MWO for 2 years now. In the previous iterations of this game, there were definite set in stone metas. It was irrefutable. Like the Clan ER medium laser up until about a year and a half ago or so was a better brawling weapon than an IS SRM 6.
Yeah.
Okay, we had major faux pas that locked players into playing certain weapon systems and builds where if you didn't bring them, you were literally dead fucking weight. And that was horrendous because there's such a variety of mechs and chassis that can be played by a player. And it was a huge, it was a huge disgrace, really, to what BattleTech is. And for me, the new skill tree coupled with the added survivability baseline on a lot of mechs, the quirks, the changes to the weapon systems are going to allow a lot of pilots to find builds that cater to their playstyle. Like, not everyone's a perfect 360 no-scope shooter. Now I feel like there are options for players that don't have perfect pinpoint aim to pull their weight in teams with mech builds that cater to their playstyle, which is what I find most exciting.
I mean, I know myself, I'm a potato, so it's okay. I'm a big
giant
potato.
I wouldn't say that.
You should see some of the crap I do, man. I'm a potato.
Yeah, I've seen way worse too. So,
okay, let's go with Commander Lemming. Like, what do you think would be the best type of tech, and one or two examples, and why?
Dude, Clan light tag, best thing in the game.
Light tag,
Really?
really?
Meme answers. I like
no,
it.
it's the
Trolling.
Okay, you gotta explain this now.
He's trolling.
I want evidence.
Evidence, yeah.
Oh my god. Well, you see, now you'll be able to use those ATMs at closer range because you have a light tag. But no, I'm just messing.
Okay. I was like, what, really?
No,
honestly, like
my mind blew for a second.
The half pharaoh is huge for me personally. Like where you can do 7 slots. Like it's like discount pharaoh pretty much.
Yeah.
And on like a lot of my light mechs where I really wanted pharaoh fibrous, but I have to like carry SRMs or something like that. It's gonna do worlds of work for me. I mean, light engines is the big one up front.
Yeah.
That everybody hears about because, yeah, you can almost have an XL that doesn't kill you, but it still takes up those 4 slots, and it's only half the bonus of an XL. So in your light mechs, you'll probably still end up carrying XLs.
That's
just how it goes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I know the XLs. Like for me, it's gonna be great.
The semi pharaoh is gonna do shit tons of work for my light mechs. That brings me joy. Also, stealth armor is so much fun for shits and giggles.
I was curious about the light pharaoh. I didn't feel like it was. I don't know. When I used it, I felt like it was more useful on the top end of the weight classes than the bottom end. But maybe you've got a few more different light builds than me or something. But yeah, I didn't find a lot of use on my lights.
The top end, not so much, because that's where you want endo steel.
Well, yeah,
only.
that's a given.
And that's the point where you have so many slots occupied that you probably won't have enough room even for light pharaoh.
True. I found.
I mean, it'll free up a half ton, maybe, if you're lucky. But
that's what I was doing with it. Was using it to fill off the ammo or the armor or a little bit of ammo or whatever. Right. Yeah. Anyway, that's just weird.
But yeah, that's basically what does it for me. I mean, the weapons, I'm happy for LBX-20s on Inner Sphere.
Oh yeah.
LB weapons are the big thing to look at right now because of every single mech in the game pretty much now having structure quirks. It's just LBX is coming back, and it's coming back hard. And having an LB-20, I mean, the video that I did where the mask cataphract with an LB-20 instead of an AC-20, and then 5 medium pulses to open everything up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
I'll have to try that then.
It fits so well. The LB-20 fits perfectly with the Inner Sphere tech because it's brawly, it's low heat. It's basically an exact port from the clan version, but it does take up a shit ton of slots, so that's the only big downside.
I just wish that we could see LB autocannons the way they're supposed to be, with select fire. Well, not select fire. Dual purpose. They have the cluster and the solid. Rounds.
Yeah, that I don't think BGI can program that in though. That's
they
issue.
said that right off the bat. They can't do it, which is I was hoping that maybe if they switch the engine, they might be able to, but.
Who knows? Okay, so Team Redshirt, what the same question as well, and then after this we'll have a Q&A, so everyone in the audience gets to go ahead and ask questions, like anything. Don't worry about it. Hopefully MechWarrior like related. So we'll go with Team Redshirt and same question actually.
Well, I have a few opinions. Obviously, light engines are going to be. I really think they'll be the standout, but everyone knew that because it's why clan mechs are half as good as they are. But I really think that the light Gauss and the light PPC are going to be the big standouts weapon-wise. We'll be able to see the smaller mechs that already did the I'm going to put a light or PPC on there, and that's all I'm getting. Right? We might see some variety in those small sniper builds, especially with stealth armor. Speaking of stealth armor, I saw a stalker with 5 large lasers and stealth armor. It was disgusting.
5 large lasers, Jesus.
He just stood up on a thing and alphaed somebody and ran away.
Oh man. So like basically like the light PPCs and what else you said?
Light Gauss.
Light Gauss.
Light Gauss is going to be a thing. And that said, heavy Gauss is the most, and rotary autocannons are fun. So I'll use them all the time. I don't know how good they're going to be. I don't know about brawling Gauss rifle, which is what the heavy Gauss is supposed to be. That feels a little weird.
True.
One thing I want to kind of throw out to you guys before we switch over to questions, and if you don't have an answer, you don't have an answer, but do you see there being any mechs that have fallen out of favor because of patches or whatever becoming more popular?
Oh, yeah.
I've got one, which is the Zeus. The Zeus is going to love the light engine. Light engine and a Zeus. I'm saying it right now.
Okay.
And MRMs in the Thunder Fist. Carry on.
Like I think basically the Locust 1V, as far as when the patch came out, that definitely fell out of favor because I have no inclination of actually running the Locust 1V because I mean it had a 50% cooldown rate, and now it's -30. Even with all the cooldown stuff, you get up to like I think -37 or 40% or something like that. It's not what it used to be.
Are we talking like things that are falling out of favor because of the skill tree patch?
Or
the
weapon-wise.
Well, I was kind of intending it to be, there's mechs that we see all the time because of either meta or skill patch or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like we saw the Victor come back when the skill tree came up.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
The thing's so tough.
130 CT armor.
Yeah, exactly. It's a monster.
Not something to joke about.
That's true.
And that's going to be good with Ultra Auto. Carry on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ultra 20 and that thing will be mean.
Some mechs I've seen actually come back, like you said, was the Victor. I've seen a lot of Zeuses pop out, which I haven't seen lately, and Enforcers as well. I've seen a really good build for like an Enforcer that kicked my ass. I'm like, oh, okay, well that's pretty cool, And they, a lot of mechs have been coming out because of skill tree. Because obviously, when the new skill, when the new tech comes out, you'll see a lot of different combos coming out. No one knows what they're doing for the first week, basically, and then the meta will start popping out there.
Yep.
Well, that's the best part. Is I love that part where no one has any idea what they're doing.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
I love that part too.
That's where we get a leg up.
I'm gonna bring back actually everything that has a CT missile hardpoint. I used to hate CT missile hardpoints.
Yeah.
Just because they're super limiting, and just in general, like they also block you from putting ammo in the CT, which is really frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you've got rocket launchers and MRMs, where you can actually pack a decent punch with one single missile hardpoint, those CT missile hardpoint mechs are going to come back, and they're going to come back hard. Like the Jenner that I was making fun of that I got from Supply Cache, the one, I don't remember which one it is, but it only has one CT missile hardpoint.
Yeah.
Now I can actually, rather than putting in something dumb like, well, either throwing a narc in it just for shits and giggles, or throwing in like one SRM-6 at max, I can throw in a rocket launcher and just have like a pocket 20 damage instantly.
I was going to talk about
really
that too.
Comes in handy.
I have one mech I'd like to bring up that's gonna fly under the radar, not in the competitive scene, but in quick drops and anything other than tournament play. The Orion V is gonna be a phenomenal weapons platform, because currently you can run 2 Ultra 5s, 3 SRM4s, and 2 mediums with it, and barely enough ammo. But with the LFE, you're gonna be able to run the same loadout, but with SRM6s and I think large lasers, and the heat sinks to continuously pummel damage. And because it has the jam chance reduction quirks on the UX5s,
yeah,
and the durability buffs, plus, like, was it plus 23 armor basically everywhere on the Orion V, that is going to be a premier push mech from now on for anything but tournament play. And that's my prediction for something that's going to make a roaring comeback that no one's going to see coming with the new tech.
Oh, definitely by far. You know, a lot of cool things. Like I know I was going to say the rocket launchers. That is actually going to be phenomenal, because I know I have a lot of assault mechs, brawlers that have, like, you know, 2 slots open and 1.5 tons. Boom, there goes a rocket launcher 15. You know, that I can use to go and do like just pummeling damage against one mech. And that I see is going to be a lot, like a big thing. Then also, of course, the troll builds with the light mech with a bunch of rocket launchers. That's going to be coming out too.
That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. I built a javelin that was just disgusting.
Oh god, yeah.
I actually, when the skill patch dropped, I started playing. I've always loved the dragon, but I never bought one because they were never that good. They were good when they first came out, and then they kind of changed all their hitboxes, and they kind of got not good. I was running. It was an Ultra 5 in one arm, or 2 large pulse lasers in the other arm, and an SRM4 with a half ton of ammo in the chest.
Okay.
I must have gotten 5 or 6 kills. I got at least a kill a game when I was testing it with that SRM4, because it was like, just don't use it, wait for the moment, hit him when I needed the extra shot. It was remarkably useful to have that CT spot. So I think that rocket launchers will be real mean in that build, in any of those CT builds. It was a good point, Lemmy.
Oh, definitely. Like now we're going to get to the question and answer, you know, section, in case anyone that actually is watching, well, the 13 people that are watching here, do you have any questions? Doesn't matter what they are. Hopefully MechWarrior like related, please. But definitely, you know, builds. What do you think of the new tech? You know, what's what and all that kind of stuff. Let us know in well, actually, I think it's like a 30-second delay. So let us know what you want to go hear, or just ask a question basically, and then we'll hopefully be able to go and answer for you. But, you know, let's keep on talking about the tech, though, like until we get some questions.
I like when... what's the first mech you guys are going to upgrade on patch day? Thanks.
Orion 2CV.
Oh, God, hold on. I don't know. Oh, Marauder 3R. That's it.
Ooh. Direwolf.
Direwolf.
Oh, you're mean. Yeah, you want your heavy laser build.
I want the...
That was so much fun.
The 11... heavy medium laser build. That was glorious.
What? 11 heavy medium lasers?
Oh, you guys didn't see my video. There was TRS was actually there. He was protecting me while I cooled down, and all I do is I put 11 heavy medium lasers in 3 separate chain fire groups.
Yeah.
And just burned CTs. Yes. It was
That's
glorious.
Awesome.
So,
He made an Atlas that was walking towards him, back up and turn around. It was really good.
Oh my god.
yeah, Sorvin was there for that too, and it doesn't overheat if you chain fire through all 11. It's great.
Really? Does it chain fire like through that?
But okay. One more question. Actually, this one's pretty general. How can I best take advantage of this patch in regards to what I should be building? Like, still quite the novice. So from like a new player perspective, someone who hasn't played the game very much, what should they be
focusing on?
Looking at in this patch? Like, yeah. Like, say you're completely new to MechWarrior Online and you just got in right around this patch. What do you
sorry.
do?
Wow. That's a hard question because like we've played for so long, we have all of our personal preferences and everything, so it's a little bit it's hard. Oh god. I don't know, like what do you guys think?
Wow.
Just to focus. Light fusion engines. Light fusion engines.
That is yeah.
For me, I mean, okay, so since MechWarrior itself doesn't really carry many good tutorials, you honestly have to start looking at meta mechs.
Yeah, true.
And then
well, they're built.
They're built and everything.
That's what I did when I first started playing. Was I went to metamechs.com, and whatever mech that I wanted, I would go through and read all of the builds that they did on that variant, and then I'd change them and fuck it up and ruin it because of me. But I'd look at like the general angle they were going for. Like, are they going for brawling on this chassis, or are they going for long range? And then you take that angle and you apply it to what's in the game now. Like, you take, okay, so you have, before everyone was making SRM brawlers, is it tanky enough and heavy enough to start switching over to MRMs maybe? Or do you want to switch to MRMs? You kind of have to develop those personal preferences over time. But
okay, looks like we did get the quirks for the mech packs, and I'm looking at those now, and so hopefully they're going to do some good jobs on these. Oh god.
I have something to add as far as a new player trying to take advantage of the new tech. I would say that currently the Inner Sphere Ultra 20 has no ghost heat on it, so you can pair 2 of them together and unload, was it 80 points of damage into someone in the space of about a second and a half? No, it's about a second.
Yeah.
It's about a second
it's
and a half.
real nice. It's real, yeah.
If I was a new player looking to maximize my return on C-bills, this is a tricky proposition because they may change it, because the Clan UAC 20s do carry Ghost Heat, which I'm strongly against. I don't think that weapon system should have Ghost Heat to begin with.
I'm all for it if it's against the clans. I'm all for it then.
but currently, what I've played on the PTS, as a player that's new and may not have the best situational awareness in the game, I think a dual UAC 20 King Crab build with an LFE and some SRMs thrown in will give you the best bang for your buck, because currently, as it stands on the PTS, anything short of maybe Commander Lemmings, like was your crazy ballistics direwolf, nothing will be able to stand toe-to-toe at close range with a King Crab UAC 20 SRM build with an LFE.
Jesus.
It has the survivability, it has the DPS, and it has the massive alpha to flat out shoot anything once you get in its engagement zone. It is a guaranteed win.
I can confirm this. I wiped 4 people.
So I would, as a new player, I would be looking towards maximizing the UAC 20 on the IS side currently.
Yeah, Sorvin made a point that there's no way they won't have Ghost Heat on live. I'd like to think they wouldn't.
Well, this is PGI though, so
yeah, exactly. If they get their balance bug going, then it'll have Ghost Heat.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, once people, like just like the Kodiak, people started bitching about that, and 2 or 3 months later, boom, it got nerfed like to nothingness.
Yeah, but looking at that as well, how OP do you guys think that the new mechs are gonna be?
God, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was just gonna say I want an Annihilator because I want an Annihilator because I used to run the 4 LBX 10 Mauler all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean,
my favorites.
It better be a damn tough mech the way it's looking with the hitboxes and stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I painted the hitboxes of it.
I was watching that.
To answer your question about it being tough, the quirks were just released on the website. If you go to mwmercs.com, the center torso on the Annihilator 1A has plus 31 armor. Left torso plus 26. So
Christ.
You're talking
Jesus.
about. I think PGI. I'm not 100% sure on the engine caps because I haven't looked at that. But it looks like PGI is taking the position that if this assault mech has a low engine cap and can barely move out of its own way, let's make it fucking indestructible.
That's pretty much what's going to happen.
The periscope on top of it is going to be its Achilles heel.
That's right up to that now. That's right.
Oh, no joke.
Holy cow.
Yeah, those
Because
low arms are going to be interesting. I don't know.
You know that periscope, what it's going to do is it's going to reveal you like a minute before you get up the hill because of how slow you
Well,
are.
every time I play my Archer, like with the doors open, same thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a hitbox, and it's going to be a head hitbox, so you got to be careful around dual Gauss.
Ooh.
So, do not poke with the Annihilator. Go in and go in hard.
I mean, you're talking about a mech that can barely move. Like, it's not going to be poking anything.
No, it's going to be standing around the corner waiting for them to show up.
Yeah, exactly.
I flip my shit every time I see someone in an assault poking, unless it's like an 80-tonner or it's just, it always happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. I know for me, like, I'm waiting for the Uzil, because I used to play that MechWarrior 4 in tournament play, and I just love that thing. That thing was just so much fun to play. But I don't know if they can actually transfer it, my fun in MechWarrior 4 into MechWarrior Online, transfer that to make it actually a lot more fun. But who definitely knows that. But yeah, I'm a big fan.
Uzil's legs trip me out. They're triple jointed.
Yep. Yeah.
That is weird.
It's gonna be weird to see it move.
Yeah.
It's got the hip joint. It's got 2 joints in the leg, and then it's also got the ankle joint. So I guess that's 4 if you count the ankle too. But
so you got the hip joint. Oh wow.
It's got such a weird saunter to it.
Yeah.
When you see it in slow motion, it's really unique, and I like that. And I made fun of it on initial perspective because I hated the CT missile slot. Yeah. But now I have to go back on that because of the new tech.
Actually, tell me. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's all changed now. I can actually imagine a big old rocket launcher in there, or even an MRM.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a Raven run around with an MRM 20 and actually do a shit ton of work.
Oh wow,
it was hilarious.
Yeah, like Telmo was saying, the Cougar actually has insane torso yaw. And basically it's 126. You could look at it and it's just you could go all you could literally almost do a 360 pretty much for the Cougar.
Wow.
That's just crazy. That's gonna be interesting to go and see. At least some of them. The D can go about maybe a little bit over half.
Then there's also the Mad Cat MK2, which is it's the one I'm painting right now. Actually, that's gonna be a mean one.
The Mad Cat 2.
Yeah, especially because one of the main, if I remember correctly, one of the main models of it or variants has like the exact same hard points as a Scorch. So,
Jesus,
it's like, oh man, Christ.
Well, and if you look at how the weapons are laid out, they're all right around the cockpit. It's going to be nice and focused for your, I like that. I like the design of that mech. I'm not sure I'm going to buy it, but I like how it looks.
Well, the Mech Cat 2 has some nice poking stuff. Basically, you have the missiles on top.
And then what's the other Inner Sphere 9? The Night Star.
Well, that's coming out next
That's the
month,
next
though.
pack.
Yeah, next
month,
pack.
I know, but that's the one that I'm looking forward to out of all of them. More than anything. It's beautiful.
Actually, like a lot of people are waiting for that. Like, what's the one? The other light one, the wolf something.
Arctic Wolf.
Yeah, Arctic Wolf. Everyone's just drooling over that thing because 9 missile hard points, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's half Omni-Mech, half Battle Mech, like the variants, which is pretty cool. That's the first time they've done that, which fits with the lore of the Arctic Wolf because it was originally designed by the Clan Wolf in Exile, and I think it was the test bed was a Battle Mech, and then they turned it into an Omni-Mech.
Oh, really?
One way or the other, I can't remember, but yeah. So that's the first Clan Wolf in Exile Omni. Got a little hard to say that, but yeah, which is going to be cool.
I think this is a mistake, though. The like Zeal 6P has infantry machine gun rate of fire plus 20%, but has no ballistic slots. I think they fucked up on that one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the 6P I'm looking at now going...
Imaginary machine gun.
It's the pilot sitting there going...
He goes, dugga, 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 dugga.
Psychological warfare.
I know. I'm looking at this going, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, man. Yeah. So basically, like, we got the tech and everything else. Like, as far as the tag, you're talking about the tag before. There's a meme, right? That was just a meme for that.
That was just a joke. I mean, it's a light tag. If you really want to save on tonnage, yeah, you can use a light tag now instead of a normal tag.
Is it just shorter range? I didn't even look at it.
Shorter range.
It's like half,
no
I
one
think.
tested the light tag. Everyone forgot about it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I tell you how many mechs I've had. I have like 155 or 156 mechs, and I think one of them, my 3L Raven that I bought when I was with the 502 for scouting. That's the only one that's had tag on it ever.
I think I'm going to have to do a tag boat on the initial release.
Oh, God, yeah.
To
tag
show
boats.
the world.
I take that back. I take that back. My Tempest with 2 LRM-20s has tag on the top mount, so I can get a nice... Yeah.
We got one more question.
Okay.
I've got 10 million C-bills to spend and want to have fun in a slightly viable yet non-meta cheese chassis. Any suggestions?
What weight class are you looking to play?
Well, 10 million probably going to be like, like
I mean, it'll be inner sphere.
Yeah.
Get anything inner sphere, right? Pretty much. Short of the newer ones.
You can get it.
Atlases.
I'm more asking the person that asked the question, honestly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Of course.
Is the person's posted the response?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, basically, is like anything under heavy will be good. That way you get upgrade the engines and everything else too. Yeah,
Non-cheese.
Oh, non-cheese.
Non-meta cheese. Well.
Yeah, definitely not a night gear with Gauss PPC. Definitely not that one.
I'll tell you, I had a lot of fun when I just picked up the base Hunchback, and I just hadn't driven them. And with the AC-20 and a couple of medium lasers, that's just a fun mech to drive, right? So
yeah, that was a great mech.
Could be something like that.
I think probably light mechs are the funnest for me to go play because there's so much. You get hit, you're gonna die. So you have to, it's so hard to play them that you kind of get into the mech, type thing. And I think lights, any lights would be fine.
My standout so far, actually,
lights.
of the newer ones,
Bushwhacker
is the Phoenix Hawk. I love the Phoenix Hawk.
Bushwhacker.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, the Bushwhacker brings a lot of joy, actually. I love seeing builds on that one. I want to buy it the second it goes on sale.
It's a fun mech, man. It's a blast. Like BrioS, basically got me some builds on that. It's like, wow, this is so cool to play. It's a definitely beast. It's a brawler beast. With the Fusion Light engines, it's going to be even better now.
I get joy out of the Kentaro.
Yes, you do.
I cannot play that mech. I can't do it, dude.
I adore it as an SRM brawler. It does work.
I tried it. I couldn't do it. Like, I got one of them. It's just like, I can't do that mech.
You just got to get used to it. The fact that it's like a Griffin, but it moves at Mach speed.
Mach speed?
Like, it twists at lightning fast rates. I love it.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, actually, we got a lot of cool stuff here. Do you guys have any closing statements and all kinds of stuff? I want to keep this about like an hour. That way, people have stuff to do. Also, new grab bags are up for and up for loot type thing. So let's get some closing statements. Let's go with Commander Lemming.
What do you mean?
I don't just anything.
Statement?
Like, what do you think? Just anything. Just like here's
meta
my closing
prediction.
Yeah, meta prediction. There
Meta prediction for the beta.
Yeah.
Or for the release.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. A meta prediction. If the MRMs, well, actually, if the MRM spread ends up working slightly differently, like they were talking about, I think that MRMs could be a significant tool. I'm not sure about their heat though. Their heat per damage is a little bit weird. Heavy lasers definitely. I know I was talking with Christian in the chat.
Yeah.
I thought he was bullshitting me, and then I ran the numbers, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that's ridiculous." They have, let's see, I did the calculations. I can scroll up in the chat for it, but I think it was something like a heavy large laser can do the same damage as an ER large laser in 75% of the time.
Wow.
So what it is it's really, really fast pinpoint, even though it's heavy heat. So in terms of that front load meta, heavy lasers are definitely something to look at.
Okay.
Ultra AC-20s, like we mentioned earlier. And then I'm not sure as to how much they're going to try to help rotary ACs. They're talking about fixing the bug. They want to fix the bug. If they're going to, I don't know, but
Well, the longer
because
they don't,
so many people complained, they might be too heavy-handed on the fixing, and they might make them really good on accident. That would be awesome.
True. Okay, we'll go with HPG uplink. Christian, what do you think?
Heavy lasers on clan side are going to be very good for certain chassis, namely the 2Cs, which have limited energy hardpoints already. As far as the inner sphere side, I'm going to have to say that assault mechs with the change to rotary autocannons, they now are letting you run 2 Rack 2s and 2 Rack 5s without incurring ghost heat. So what I see being the meta for inner sphere is dropping 3 assault mechs with racks and MRMs and literally playing a street sweeper style of picking a corner of the map to go from and advancing in a steady line and having the most insane DPS, sustainable DPS of any weapons platform ever imagined, and having the armor to take enough hits to back anyone down. That's what I see being a real meta, and I think it's actually going to transfer into the tournament. We'll have to see in November when it actually happens, but I predict IS assaults with multiple racks, boating racks plus MRMs, and literally staring down anyone that comes around the corner and just scrapping those mechs with incredible DPS. I think that's going to be the real meta.
Dude, that footage, well, I would love to make that footage. Oh my god, that'd be so nice. That'd be so great to see the lines of fire. Okay, and we'll go with Team Red Shirt.
I think that I don't know. I'm really bad with meta predictions, even though it was my idea, because I tend to engage wishful thinking with meta, where I'm like, I want the mechs that I like to run to be meta.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see. Side note: heat. If you guys build your initial mechs to be pretty heat efficient, you're gonna clean up in the first week or so, because everybody's gonna be shutting down. It was the same problem we had in the PTS. It's just, if you build nice heat mechs with a good curve, you're gonna just win every game. So that's a message to the guy who's asking about new Tyler. If you're gonna work on one thing, work on heat management.
Okay. Yeah.
If you can nail your heat management, you're gonna be in good shape.
Yeah, definitely heat management is one of the major things about this game too.
If there's a skill that I would say, it's like torso twisting, heat management, and placing your shots while you're moving. That's like the 3 big skills people need to lock in as they learn the game, and they're in good shape. Now, I expect that people will attempt to continue with the laser meta that we've been kind of seeing, right? When heavy lasers come out, and we'll see a lot of the kind of the ER smalls as people are like, I can shoot far with a small laser, and it's not hot. I don't know. I think you're right about the.
Are going to be a big fan favorite on the Innersphere side.
What's that?
So that ER anything pretty much.
ER anything.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Be
Side note.
fan favorite.
ER lasers sound amazing.
Yeah.
I did a video about, for those of you who don't know, I did a video about the sounds of the Inner Sphere, and it just shows off all the awesome sound design of the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And heavy lasers and rotary autocannons just feel good. So do heavy Gauss. If heavy Gauss can perform in a brawl, then we're going to see it a lot, because if it performs on a par with an AC-20, then the extra damage of it will bump people up to using it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's something to watch.
Yeah.
And
25 instant damage. That's going to draw anybody's eye.
yeah, exactly. And we're going to have a bunch of PPC. We're going to have a week of people playing with PPCs and trying to figure out that kind of thing.
Were you playing like when they had the PPC event where everyone gets got to do over like 200 damage? The first second that happened, literally, it was just a stream of sperm going all over the place, man. It was crazy.
It was kind of fun, actually, because it was so different.
Yeah, I know.
It was so different from how the games go.
It was
I
great.
missed that one. I was there for Gauss though.
Oh god, it was so funny, man.
Sorvin brings a good point with the heavy Gauss in a brawl. It crits so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right?
it'll explode the second you get past that armor.
Yeah. So
And with heavy machine guns out there.
Oh yeah.
we didn't even mention heavy machine guns. We all talked about tech. Like those are going to be fun. They're going to be everywhere.
Micro lasers.
Micro pulses and heavy machine guns are like the bread and butter of clan brawling for me.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
For the first time since I got my Novas, I went, "Oh, this is a fun mech."
Okay, so we did run about 13 minutes, like over. Do you guys want to do this about like an hour or an hour 15 minutes? Because it seems like every one so far has been an hour 15 minutes.
I think if we aim for an hour and then kind of if questions follow over, then we're good, right? Like that's what happened here. We were pretty much done our topics in an hour, and we had 15 or so minutes of bullshit, and they're talking.
Oh, John got a Kintaro.
That's it.
Nice. We're selling Katara mechs now.
Another one joins my cult.
I'll tell you, John, the first time you fire all those, you're going to go, how does anyone focus fire with this thing? They're just coming from all over the mech. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh my god. So we're gonna like leave it like with this, and on Tuesday, I think like 10 o'clock, the new tech does come out, and obviously, like I told my wife to go ahead and download it while I'm at work, and then when I get home, it'll be all ready for me to go play. That's how much I love this thing.
Do you guys wanna all get together and do a stream that day or something?
Yeah, sure. I actually took the day off, like on Wednesday, just so I could do my edits and everything. So yeah, I have no problem with that.
Could be fun.
No, definitely. Like I got my settings all done for everything too. So I'm gonna go leave it like from here. And you guys have anything last minute type thing while I go do the like the outro?
Light tag.
Light tag, yes, light tag.
Light tag meta.
OP light tag, please nerf.
Light tag.
We didn't touch laser AMS.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I think that Snuggles' video where he overheated himself and blew up due to laser AMS just covers that.
It does. I know, like I'm gonna do my Nova, 2 light AMS and 1 laser light AMS, just so I can like make sure I always have cover fire for the mechs. But who knows? Yeah. It's gonna be interesting.
1 laser AMS.
Yeah, perfect. 1 laser. Yeah.
2.
Bob, you mentioned it. Yeah. Well, Bob, you mentioned the mixture in your chat. I actually like that. I didn't play around with that. My question is, can you disable them independently? Can you turn the laser off and leave the ammo? Okay.
Well, you can turn everything off, but like everything has to go on on and off basically.
Okay.
But like the reason is though, like I have 11,000 AMS rounds for my 3 AMS systems, and then if I bring it down, just to 1.5 tons, basically for the clan one, or 1 ton.
Yeah.
Okay, so and basically that's 1 ton, that's 10, and that's 9,000 rounds left. But I'll probably go and take out 2 more thousand rounds and then give some more heat sinks to go cover the like laser AMS. It just all depends.
It's essentially small laser firing up in the air.
Yeah, true.
it felt really, really accurate compared to a normal AMS.
True.
Like, I know on paper they have the same amount of missiles destroyed per second, but I don't know, it just didn't feel like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, didn't they bring it down, the heat down from like 4 to 3? For the clan
yeah,
ones?
they dropped it a little bit.
True.
Bump my microphone there, guys. Sorry.
Okay,
about that.
so everyone, I thank you for actually going checking out the stream. We also, the links are down below for Commander Lemmings. Well, actually, I don't have yours because I didn't know like you'd be coming in. But if you want to put your link in chat, that'd be awesome too. Sorry, for hype. Damn it, God, you gotta change your fucking name, man.
almost fixed it.
Almost had it.
Almost made it.
The HPG uplink, the link is down below, like in my chat as well, and for the Team Red shirt as well, and basically all the links are there. I'll probably do a stream on Tuesday with all of us, so check us out as well if you guys can. Thank you for shopping. Well, not thank you for, fuck. Thank you for shopping.
Thank you.
It's Commander Lemmings line.
Thank you for shopping at the First Circuit.
The First Circuit, this is the second episode. Sorry my voice is like this. I don't have any water like with me. But thank you for actually stopping by. I know you watch other YouTubers, and thank you for watching us. Really do appreciate it. And we're, basically a community of YouTubers, Twitch streamers, and everything else. And hopefully this might be like a twice a month thing or once a week thing or once a month thing. It just all depends on time-wise and everything else of the First Circuit about MechWarrior line. So thank you, everyone, and I will see you on the flip side. See you on the battlefield.
Probably have to have another one after at some point.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Basically we'll have it like next Friday, do you think, or what?
Yeah, a week from now probably works for me.
Okay, cool deal. Okay, cool. Next Friday will be another stream of what our predictions were and what we were wrong about.
Most things. I'll say that right now. Spoiler alert.
Well, the first week no one knows what they're doing, so it's going to be hilarious, actually.
We don't even have the patch notes yet, so...
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's like I was saying before we got started. I'm glad they didn't release it, because that's a whole bunch of content for next week that we can just block off and be good with.
Definitely. Okay, I'm going to go in my streams now. So thank you, everyone, for watching. I do appreciate it. And you guys check out the other people that are here. Commander Lemming, the HPG uplink, and Team Red Shirt. Check out their channels down below, and I will see you on the battlefield.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, let me go in this. Let's see if I can fuck up again. There we go.
All right.